Hey, it's your boy DJ Wolf here on a Tuesday, February 6th, 2018. What's with that super bright headlights? You can't see, fool? Anyway, oh boy, where do I begin? And still talking about Monique again. Monique actually tried to be relevant again last night on a live broadcast of Breaking Bad. Yeah, from Yvette Carnell, the woman who had the fallout with Boyce Watkins. She actually used to do work with Boyce Watkins on YouTube and other things on social media. She has her own channel. She broke out from that about 2 years ago. Anyway, I am not going to really get into all of that. All I know is that, people are supporting, and nothing wrong with support. If you want support, that's fine. I don't agree with much some of the stuff that she said. I still don't. I'm not going to either. Just simple as that. Not going to do it. But in any case, let me talk about something here. We, as a culture, and this is my take on it, we really don't support each other like we claim we do in a lot of cases. I'm not going to refer back to that too much. I don't even want to talk about that mess anymore with Monique. That's right now, as far as I'm concerned, that thing with her is a lost cause. But what did bother me about it was somebody made a comment on the BB channel that Monique was breaking the spell that's been put on black women for decades regarding money issues. First of all, I think something about the spell of stereotypes, something like that. Well, anyway, let's put it like this: she ain't broke no spell. That's number one. Black women have always had issues, with being getting any really big props in Hollywood for many years. This is nothing new. This thing what Monique was doing was all about contract. It was all about contracts she was trying to get with Netflix because, according to her, and direct quote on Sway Show, go look it up. Because what else is there? Means there were no other deals on the table for her. There were none. And she knew that. Nevertheless, I'm just going to talk about my take on how I feel about our culture in 2018. For one thing, there are a lot of issues that we won't talk about. We won't talk about the things that's going on in the community. Like teen mothers having kids out the yin-yang. There used to be a time when I grew up as a teenager in the 70s where people did, if you had a kid out of wedlock, it wasn't like it was celebrated, like, oh, I'm going to be a grandmother at 35. I can't wait. My girl's going to have it. No, it wasn't celebrated. If anything, it was shut, like it should be today. And we celebrate that kind of stuff in this culture today. Our culture, man, is just falling off the wayside, man. It has. Where kids who once hailed heroes like Dr. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and others. Now, you know, they look at the guys like Chris Brown or Migos or somebody. You know, that's the role models today. Like, really? Seriously? You know. And yeah, I said it. You know, they got their own place in their own, you know, culture and music and all of that. But to sit there and, you know, and put these guys on a pedestal for what they do, no, I ain't co-signing on that at all. And that's why I said, on some level, I have to agree with Raven-Symoné about what she said, because she's right. You know. But then, you know, I don't want to get into that mix with her. T.I. said something about, yeah, you on your high horse and blah, blah, blah. No, let's be real about it. Our culture has gone to shit. It has. You know, the role models are not there anymore. You know, we reduce our role models to rappers who rap about a lot of nonsense. You know, let's be honest. You know, where we celebrate teen moms, where we celebrate the drug culture, where we celebrate gangster rappers, where, you know, I mean, I'm talking about the kids today. You know, it's just like, really? I don't know. And, you know, when we celebrate ratchetness, man, and take, for example, like Mo'Nique. Mo'Nique was a woman who was rapping, who was doing comedy about not liking skinny women. Okay, then she got skinny. She went from a funny comedian to a serious actress. All right. Yes, she wanted to get paid to do a comedy special, and she hadn't done any. I mean, put it like this: she hasn't. How can I put it? She hasn't done any really major comedy tours in years. At least none that I know about. You know, you hadn't heard any from her in a long time. But she talks about this Netflix deal. All of a sudden, her name's back in lights. But yet, people say, oh, well, she was already doing this and doing that. Yeah, but nobody knew that. No one knew what Mo'Nique was up to until she did the Netflix, until she talked about the Netflix thing. Once she talked about the Netflix deal, everybody cousin knew what was going on with her. Prior to that, nobody even knew she was even doing anything the last several years. And that's fact. You know. But that's a prime example of how our culture is diminishing, man. You know, we simp on, and like somebody saying on another channel just the other night, when it comes to serious stuff, we get silly. When it comes to silly stuff, we get serious. And that's absolutely true. Families will fight you over the dumbest shit. And that's a fact. You know, I was in line at Chipotle's one time, about maybe 5 years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and I mind my own business. All right, it's this little punk, but he ain't one little punk. It's punk. He's probably about 20, 25 years old. He wasn't even old looking motherfucker. He was an old looking ass dude. But anyway, so standing in line, he on his phone. So I'm feeling like a little nudge, man. What am I gonna do? He's just pretending, you know, it was just very childish, man. You know. And he kept on doing it. I don't know this motherfucker from Adam. Didn't know him. Alright? But I'm thinking, I'm looking at him and he's trying to provoke me. Because really, he could have kept doing it. I could have socked him in his face. But it wasn't to a point where I had to even get at him like that for being stupid. But he just kept doing it. You know? So he finally did one last time, and I looked at him. I looked right in his face. Really? I said, really? I just looked at him. He stopped. You know, you got Negroes, and I'm trying to be nice about it, that would just do dumb shit for attention. Just like they were a woman or something. You know? There was a, and I usually don't talk about it too much. Really? I usually don't talk about it too much. There was, I was working on something at work. So, and I called. I don't really know this guy. I know him. I worked on stuff for him before. And the dude, he was calling me out my name. My real name. And he was saying, he was trying to mock the way I talk. Okay. Now, before I tell you about this, back around 1968, 1969, I actually had to go to a speech therapist. Okay. Because my folks was concerned about my speech. All right. I'm going to say that. So for dude to do that shit with me was complete BS. So I had to get on him about it. I said, dude, so you guys like to mock the way I talk? And he's like, oh man, people mock the way I talk too, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, I'm like saying to myself, you don't even fucking know me. You know? Number one. And number two, I'm too old for that shit. You know, I'm too old to be playing that kind of game with grown men, so to speak. And I don't play that kind of game with grown men. I don't play that kind of game with younger men. Period. You know, I'm just told to be doing that kind of stupid shit. But what I'm saying is that I kind of feel on some level we don't take each other serious about a lot of stuff. We don't. In some cases, you can't on certain things. You know, anytime somebody asks you to boycott a streaming service so they can get paid, it's complete bullshit. And like I said, that in itself is because you lack strong representation. That's a fact. But everybody's trying to defend it. You can't defend that. I'm sorry. You are one of the bigger names in Black Hollywood, and you did get blackballed. Don't deny it. You admitted it one time yourself. And yet you have this weak representation for you, because if you didn't, you would never go on to say, hey, my loves, could you boycott, I just need you to do me a favor, boycott Netflix for me so I get paid. Really? And then try to say, oh, I'm doing it for equality for generations to come. No, you're not. You're doing this for you. Come on now. Be honest. And you're not being honest. You want attention. Your career's faltering. No one's trying to hire you to do anything anymore. You know, you actually trying to negotiate to get a deal with somebody. It wasn't what you wanted. And you said, hell what? And then tomorrow I'm gonna take it to the people. Really? Make you like a complete fool. It shows that you ain't got no clout in Hollywood no more. I'm just gonna be honest about it. You don't have no clout in Hollywood, and you knew that the whole time. Oh my God, this traffic is a mess. What the hell going on here this morning? I haven't seen it like this in a long time. Matter of fact, I don't think I've seen it like this time of morning ever. As long as I've been there a long time. Wow. What the hell? Let me see what's going on here. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to talk more about this later. Because really, part of it, I mean, there's so much to it. We're destroying our own culture, man. We really are. And we don't give a realistic approach about things. We don't. We want to just glom on somebody and feel some kind of way for them because, we feel that they struggle and their struggles is our struggles. In this case, with her, no, it's not. This is her struggle. Okay? Her struggle to get paid where everybody else is getting paid. But if you're not bringing, like I said again, if you are not building on your brand and you expect to get paid, then expect to get paid what you got paid. You know, but that's another story. Let me try to find what's going on with this mess out here, and I'll talk to you, because I got so much stuff going on. It's just for starters. I'm going to say this one other thing right quick. Last night I was in the middle of trying to upgrade my Mac, my laptop, and some bitch crashed on me last night. I was so mad. This is after I spent half the day, you know, working on some things yesterday, and this couldn't have came in a worse time. Something told me not to go ahead and do that upgrade, and I tried to do upgrade and it crashed. No, something told me not to do it. Yeah, so, oh my God, I just, what is going on with traffic this morning? This just couldn't have happened at a worse time. I swear, this mess couldn't happen at a worse time. They just couldn't. These fucking fools, and they don't be looking at nothing. They just want to keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. I'm not moving. All right, guys, let me get off here before I had to get somebody's ass. Natural ass. It's DJ Wolf. I'm out.